starts now.
In less than 24 hours, Governor Newsom will take to the podium for his State of the State address, laying out his agenda for his final year holding that job. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Fox 40 News at 5:30, I'm Eric Harriman.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo. Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace spoke with lawmakers from both parties about what they want to hear.
What is the state of our state? Governor Gavin Newsom is expected to provide his answer to that very question Thursday morning in his first formal State of the State address to the legislature in 5 years.
California, stand up.
This video is from his last State of the State speech to the legislature back in 2020.
Let's all get to work. Thank you, guys.
Since then, Newsom has fulfilled his constitutional obligation by sending an annual State of the State letter to the legislature, but opting to skip a formal speech until now.
We're proud of this governor.
Long Beach Democratic Assembly member Josh Lowenthal says he and his fellow Democrats are optimistic about the governor's speech and the year to come.
The state of this state is in great form and will stand up against any administration that, impedes on our quality of life.
It comes after California filed more than 50 lawsuits against the Trump administration last year, challenging Trump over a myriad of issues, from cuts to food assistance and homelessness funding to the deployment of the National Guard in Los Angeles. In his address, Newsom is expected to outline his budget priorities for the year ahead and detail what his administration is doing to counter President Trump's agenda, an agenda Newsom says is harming California.
It's not about fighting against anything. It's about fighting for things. What are the things that Californians actually need? How are we going to improve their quality of life? How do we get them access to health care, quality education, improve the environment, housing, all of those things, and of course, affordability.
But Republicans are skeptical.
My concern is that it will be very much a campaign speech talking about California only insofar as it might assist his profile outside of California.
On top of that, GOP state senator and Senate Budget Committee Vice Chair Roger Nilo points out the nonpartisan legislative analyst's office projects the state faces an $18 billion deficit this year and $35 billion deficits each year after that through 2030. Newsom could come out with his own different deficit projections, but either way, Nilo wants the governor to prioritize fiscal responsibility and address the state's most pressing issues.
We have high homelessness, we have high poverty, and we have wealth moving out of the state. The state of our state of California is tenuous.
And Newsom's speech is set to get underway around 10:30 Thursday morning. In that building, we will be there. At the state capitol, covering local news that matters, Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.